Hi, good afternoon. My name is Stefan Kaut. I'm the executive chef of the Mandarin Oriental here in Washington, D.C. And we're doing another home cook series. So today we're doing 3 parts to create my version of a lasagna. We have a oven dish to bake them in. Then we have meat, ground meat, beef for the meat sauce. We have cheese for the cheese sauce, and of course the spinach. In this case, fettuccine. You can use pappardelle, anything. And then we layer it up nicely in our baking dish. We're going to start with the meat sauce. For the meat sauce, we're going to need some onions. And like we did already in an episode before, I like to use sweet onions. You just peel them. The first layer off, that's all fine. And then when you have that done, cut the onion in half. And the onion has 2 sides, the back side where the core is and the front side. And then always protect your fingers. You do the corrugate and you cut nicely down. Then you cut around 2 to 3 layers. In this case we can go one more up here, very nice. And then you cut down and you have beautiful, the term for it is brunoise, just small cubes, very nice. So we take those, put it in our dish, and I already pre-cut some, the same way I cut the garlic, it's right here. So we're taking our preheated pan. We have our hot system on, a little bit olive oil, and then we take our onions, some more, garlic, a little bit more of the olive oil, and we glaze those. Very nice. So in the meantime, we go into our second sauce, and we need a little smaller pot. We're using around 2 ounces of butter and 1 large tablespoon of regular flour. Very nice. And then we have some milk. Taking a spoon, glazing the onions. You can do it by side, so that's perfect. And then you already have the pot for the pasta on. And I talked to you before about that when we did the mashed potatoes, regarding the difference between the cooking potatoes or pasta. For the pastas, you always use a large pot with lots of water, and we're bringing that to a boil. And we add good amount of salt and some olive oil so the pasta doesn't stick. So when you see here the butter is melting and emulsify with the flour nicely, and this is a classic roux or bechamel, and it's one of the classic sauces. And you will see when we add, we have the butter to a complete melt, and then when we add the milk, you will see that when we add the milk, the sauce is coming right away to a lump and combine. You see how it gets thick? So we got to add more milk until it's in a consistency where we like it. But don't forget, we're going to add lots of cheese to this. I already grinded Swiss cheese for this, so you don't want to have it too thick, but you also don't want to have it too thin at the end, so it sits good on the meat sauce in the lasagna. So this Also again, because of flour, you want to make sure the total cooking time of the sauce is around 15 minutes. So the flour is cooked. Adding some more milk. If you like, you can, especially with cheese, it fits good. You can add some white wine if you want to, but it's not necessary. And we're gonna go and move back one more time and stir the onions. Have to clean our spoon. Excuse me. Thank you. And then we also, again, this is one thing where we want to use our nutmeg, fresh nutmeg for cheese sauce is really, really nice. Like I said before, it's great for spinach, for mashed potatoes, but specifically for cheese. And then what we also want to do is season this part, and we season more when we add the meat. Fresh cracked pepper, same here. Cheese and cracked black pepper fits fantastic together. And some salt here. Good. So the onions are beautiful glazed. So what we do is we're going to take our ground meat and now flock it up and add it. And then we'll slowly cook away, and then during the cooking process I will show you, we stir it so it falls in small pieces. Until everything is in the pan. Very nice. And we keep an eye on our cheese sauce. It starts bubbling. And we're going to also keep an eye on the consistency. So don't add from the beginning too much milk, because you want to make sure that you have the consistency you really like. So meat is all gone. Very nice. And washing our hands. Good. Beautiful. You're going to, excuse me that I have my back to you. I'm going to add another spoon. So, see. And when it limps up a little bit, just keep stirring. It's going to come right nicely back. And we're adding some more milk. Until all is good. Very nice. Just going to come back soon it starts cooking, and then I'm going to put this over to the side. Just keep stirring the meat sauce, and of course we're going to add this time much more salt to make sure that the seasoning is good for the meat. Same again with the fresh cracked pepper. Very nice. So we bring the cheese sauce one more time to a boil. Stir it nicely, consistency looks very good. And then we're having our cheese, here's the block, and then this is already the grinded one. And soon it starts boiling, we're going to put slowly the cheese into the sauce. Very nice. Just a little bit. Good. Beautiful. And the meat sauce is cooking as well. The whole process with both sauces is around between 15-20 minutes, and it's not too long. And then when everything is ready, we can put our lasagna together. The really nice thing with this dish is that you can prepare it in advance, and then when you have your guests coming over, you just put it in the oven, what we do later on, and it's ready to go. Like you see, the cooking process is taking its place. Very nice. And we're mixing the onions, the garlic, seasoning, and the meat nicely together. Really nice. I like this, in this particular case, I like the meat sauce just simple, so you really have to taste the flavor of the ground beef with some onions, some sweet onions, they're really nicely in taste, and some garlic, salt, pepper, nothing else. And this fits great. You of course can use it as a spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce or any kind. The only thing we're adding is we're adding some basic marinara sauce and a little bit of red wine, and it's ready to go. Very nice. This comes together. This is still our roux is slowly cooking, so we're taking our cheese and fold it into the base. What becomes then a beautiful, nice, very tasty cheese sauce. Those three items pretty much the base of a lasagna, just that I really like the version with the spinach pasta instead of the layer lasagna sheets. This I do since I'm a kid, and I love it, and my friends as well, they love this dish. We're doing another pasta dish in our next episode. It's my version of macaroni and cheese. And you will see this pasta is cooking much quicker than like a spaghetti or macaroni, because from the process how they make it. So we're going to wait for a little bit more until we drop the pasta into the pot. We want to make sure that the meat sauce is the point and the cheese sauce is the point where it's ready, because pasta is maybe taking, if you cook spaghetti or macaroni or so, you're going to take around 15-18 minutes. For those, it's in 3-4 minutes, they're done. So meat sauce looks great too. The cheese sauce is slowly simmering and great. So for the meat sauce, we're using a little bit of red wine. One glass of basic marinara sauce. Kept a little bit of red wine. Put it in the jar. Shake it up so we don't waste anything. Very nice. And some Italian herbs. In this case, I'm using dried oregano. Mix it up nicely. Very nice. You see the piece of garlic. Beautiful. You don't want to overpower with tomato, because really the whole objective is that we have a nice meat sauce and that the taste of meat, in this case the ground beef, is the first part of it. Very good. So we're taking a little spoon and Make sure that the seasoning is fine. Very nice. A little bit of quick pepper. Giving the cheese sauce one more time. Oh, beautiful. This is ready. It's fantastic. Oh, it smells great. Very nice. So, then make sure you have good boiling water and a full pot of getting the pasta. Like I said, good seasoning in the pot. And most important is that you have a little bit olive oil in the water. You don't hang together. Make sure they all getting apart. And then we close this again. You see the meat sauce is cooking nicely. Turn this down a little bit. Also cover this up. So this can slowly finish cooking. Our cheese sauce is almost ready. We turn this down as well. The pasta. Now we need our colander. And then to wash off the pasta when it's done. This is nicely working. And until it's ready, we will see in a bit. Oh, let's take a look at the pasta. Oh wow, this looks great. Yeah, they're definitely good. Be careful, it's hot. Very nice. We cook them with a little bite, not too much, because we also then bake them in the form later on, right? So, sorry, take the top off. We have our colander ready. Be careful, don't burn yourself. And slowly, don't. Woo. That's a steam. And here we go. Very nice. Then cold water. Swirl out the pot. And then make sure before you stick your hand in the pasta, because it's still hot, make sure the cold water goes everywhere. And then you can stir it and make sure that it cools down. And we shock them. Very nice. So they stay at the point where we took them out of the water. Very good. Then always what we do is we add a little bit of olive oil so they don't stick, because just in case you will have to wait for your meat sauce to finish or your cheese sauce, but we timed it perfectly, everything is ready. So we're going to take some towels, have our spoons ready in our form, and make sure the water goes up. Good. And then we move them over here. So we move the form in the middle. Just the basic to the top. Again, a little bit of olive oil. Little trick, take a paper towel, fold it. You can shut all the sauces down, they're all ready to go. And then you go on the oil and you wipe it nicely everywhere in the form. So the noodles and our sauces don't stick to the walls. Very nice. So then, what else we got? Here we go. Beautiful meat sauce. Stir this one more time. Fantastic. Oh, smells so good. With the fresh herbs, or the Italian herbs, or in this case the oregano. I love that. It's absolutely fantastic. And you see how small pieces the meat is now, with tomatoes, onions, garlic. Very, very nice. So, and then the third part of the puzzle is our cheese sauce, right? Great consistency. Very nice. So we take this over, take our cheese sauce, so we have everything together, our form, and now we put it together. Spoon for the meat sauce, cheese sauce. So now we take some of the pasta. Then next layer is the meat. Beautiful. Like you do with the regular lasagna with the other pasta, we do it with the spinach pasta, and you will see if you taste this, you never want to go back to the pasta sheets, trust me. Then we're taking our cheese sauce. And put a layer right over the meat sauce. Beautiful. Everything one more time. This fits perfectly for one pack. Again, meat. And what is also great is that the sauce, the meat most likely will stay on top of the pasta, because but some of the sauce flavors are going to go right through the pasta, throughout the whole dish. Oh, it's so fantastic. Great. And then we top it. Again, don't go too much to the frame. It's going to run anyway. And seal it nicely. Very good. So we preheated our oven to 380, and now we're taking our form. Open the oven. Careful, and place it right in the middle. I always put one baking sheet underneath in case it's cooking over, so it doesn't go on the bottom of the oven. And we set our timer for around 45 minutes, and then we will see how it looks, and we go from there. I will see you in a bit. So let's see what our lasagna does. Oh, look at that. Wow, be very careful. It's very hot, 45 minutes. And look at this. Woo! Delicious. This amount is around good for 4 to 6. Or you and your best buddy on a bottle of red wine. So, of course, we also have the lid of it, but I didn't even put it on because I want to really make sure it's nice golden brown. And et voila, enjoy.